Married men, especially married dads, are the happiest. Men's happiness by marital status and children 18 to 55. Very happy, no children, unmarried. Yeah, being married and unmarried. Damn. Not too happy. General social survey. What's the sample size, I wonder? Shocker. Yeah, wow, people wanting to be married and have a relationship? That's crazy. Not too happy. 20%. 36. So unmarried with kids is like the worst. Yeah, that makes sense. Unmarried with kids is higher than married with children. Pretty happy. Overall, though, the happiest is with kids. Again, chat, what a shocker. The demographic wanting to be married and have kids is the highest in terms of very happy. Wow, it's almost like that's the whole point of existence. It's almost like marriage and having kids is one of life's primary objectives for millennia. Wow, it's like we're hardwired to want this. Crazy. Wow! No way, really? Oh, I would have never guessed. It's almost like we're biologically programmed to reproduce and be happy with a mate. Humans want what they can't get. Yeah. People love coping that it's not what most people want. Yeah, I don't know. I've talked to a woman that was like 50 plus and she couldn't have kids, and she was married obviously to the same guy over and over for, you know, I don't know why I said over and over, but you know, like she was married for a really long time with the same man. I think they're probably still together if I asked them, but she couldn't have kids, and she said that in her life she's still happy that she's married, but she can't have kids, so she's a little bit less happy than she knows she would be if she could have kids. Granted, there's adoption, but, you know, I think adoption is an exception. You have to be a special person to take on adoption. Yeah. It's sad. Again, I do feel bad for people that can't have kids. Adoption, question mark. I just explained some people don't want to adopt because they know they wouldn't be able to be the best they can be for an adopted child. But I digress. Evolution is predisposed to reproduction, whether it's beneficial for happiness or not. Yeah, that's why hormones exist. Wait, are people even allowed to want marriage anymore? I thought that was forbidden, that you're only allowed to want hedonistic pleasures. Well, I mean, you shouldn't think like that. If you want to get married, you should try your best. If you don't want to, caught. Hormones do a lot more than just that. Yeah, but the primary reason is to, you know, have babies. Testosterone exists in men and in women, but for men, it's the reason why a lot of things happen sexually from a reproductive standpoint. Yeah. General social survey. I kind of want to look it up. Hold on. Based on men ages 18 to 55, marital status, general survey 2022. Who is the happiest? Specifically, 35% of married men ages 18 to 55 who have children report being very happy, followed by 30% of men who do not have children. That could also be that they are expecting children as well. Yeah, wow, what a surprise. Shocker. Ranking it above education, what is it called? Education, career, or work and freedom. I think testosterone also has some effects on women, though. I'm well aware, brother. If you did the same chart but for women, it would likely be inversed under 30 and identical after 30. Oh, I totally agree. I think that your hormones start kicking in. I've heard so many stories from women that were older than me when I was working at like a 9 to 5. They told me so many stories of them being like, yeah, I didn't really want to have kids, and then all of a sudden I hit 30 and I hit a wall, and then all of a sudden my body was like going into overdrive. And I was like, oh god, does that happen to everyone? I think there's definitely merit to that, for better or for worse. I've also heard that men also get baby fever. Yeah, I've heard and I read a statistic that there is such a thing for baby fever for men. Not all men, obviously, but some men. A lot of women my sister's age are panicking that they aren't married with kids yet. She's 30. I think that's your brain kicking into overdrive. I don't think you should be panicking. Again, I don't think it's healthy. I think you should try and be as stress-free as possible. Yeah. But I understand why it could be a problem for you, or that you're freaking out. Because at 30, I think you're going through like half of your eggs at that point. I'd have to like research it a bit more, but I remember hearing that with women, you're reaching about halfway through your entire egg cycle at around about age 30. If you don't take contraceptives or you don't take like hormonal suppressants that stops from your eggs from being released. Having kids and settling down is awful if you're a woman under 30, but then the hormones kick in and now you're depressed and single. The clock's ticking. Heavily contributes to our prescription of SSRIs. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, like if you're feeling sad, they just instantly tell you like, yeah, you gotta take your meds. It's like, I don't know if that's a good idea. Women can't have children well past 30. Yes, but your body is fighting against... We're getting into the semantics. Yes, we know women can have children past 30. It's just that you're fighting against your body. Yeah. I was meds and they made me feel empty, got off them as fast as possible. Yeah, I think one of my friends said that the thing that they do is that it counters your libido and your feelings. You just become like a dead fish, but at least you're not feeling anymore. It's better than feeling pain, which is arguably a really horrible philosophical conundrum. Would you rather feel really horrible pain and emotion, or would you rather be a dead fish and just feel absolutely nothing no matter what? Like nothing, like happiness, sadness, anger, like you feel nothing. That's the conundrum. Some people would argue it's not good to feel anything, but this is true. I'm about to be 33. My wife and I didn't want kids when we started 7 years ago. Now we want at least 2 kids. Oh, that is so cute! You're gonna get her pregnant! Plap, 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 get pregnant! Plap, 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 plap! Yeah, reproduce! Do it right now! That is so cute. Happy for you, King.
Do not the smug
Oh shit, I forgot to turn off.
Not.
Yo, thank you so much, Cammy. Thank you for 15 months. 1 second. Boom and boom. Okay, there we go. It kind of sucks you only solved that issue culturally. I think there's a big contributing factor to women wanting to be girl bosses and essentially not wanting to have kids, and then they hit about 35 and all of a sudden they want to have kids and they have like 5 years until they actually have the risk of a high risk pregnancy, because I think it was what, like past 36 is when you have high risk pregnancies. Oh, women have been taught that settling down is akin to forfeiting your life, and they don't realize their mistake until it's too late. I think the problem is that we're fighting against the evolution of men and women wanting to reproduce. Like, we have had this urge for millennia. If you girl boss in the last 50 years, you are but a small speck in the grand scheme of thousands and thousands of years of biological evolution telling you to get pregnant and start reproducing. I understand that some women can't get pregnant. Maybe they have a disease or they have a genetic disposition. Same with men. Maybe the man is impotent. It sucks. I totally feel for that. I truly, my heart goes out. If you want to have a kid and you just can't, I feel bad. Genuinely. It sucks. Also, babies are expensive. Yes, that's another thing, but let me get to that. Babies being expensive right now is another factor, of course. Me at 26 trying to prep for buying a house in a year while they are out there girl bossing it up. Yeah, well, that's kind of like how it is. We used to be able to buy houses earlier, and now it's fucked. My dad's friends got a kid at 38, born with a lot of health issues. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. That's so sad. Yeah, 38 is like really high risk. Yeah, if you come out normal, that's pretty like you rolled the dice pretty high, huh? Around 30, the hormones kick in. You have 5 years until it's considered a high-risk pregnancy. Oh shit. You've been the run-through for over a decade? You've been run through for a decade. Why are my mods like this? Your ability to pair bond after having sex with tons of men is shot. No, I truly believe that. Yeah. Wait, if you have sex constantly with different partners, I think there is a psychological toll to it for sure. The economy's in the shitter. Can't afford groceries. Can't even think about having kids. Can't afford a house. Yeah, that's why men and women are jaded with really, really bad outlooks on life. It's ogre. Hope they make robots to take care of us when we're old. I think that might be the plan. I think there's gonna be a massive surge in the desire for robot caretakers, like nurses and stuff. Rise in ADHD and autism is related to the rise of women having kids at older ages. Wait, what? Really? I'd have to research that. Really? Whoa! I had no idea. What? I'm sure there's other factors, but I think that could probably be a big factor. There's no evidence. I'd have to see it for myself, but I don't know. Maybe. Not sure how true that is. Could be, but we don't know. Yeah, sure. Maybe it could be a correlation. I don't know. I'm not a fucking autism, ADHD researcher. Could be the microplastics. Could be everything. My little brother was born when my mom was 45. Holy fucking smokes. What? 45? Are you sure? That's insane. Low-key. Like 40, I think that's like actually crazy. 38 is like, whoa. My mom was 45 too, and my little brother. Damn, your mom's fertile, damn. Hope your brother came out okay, because like that is genuinely, that is a big problem with like women that try to get pregnant. You're supposed to be getting pregnant. Chat, my mom had my brother at 24 or 23. Yeah. It was around about that time, yeah. So I'm like, damn. And I was a bit after that, but like, you get what I'm saying though, like, damn. That's like when you're supposed to be getting pregnant. And that 24 is considered now in our culture in the West. In our culture in the West, it's considered like 24 is like, oh my god, you're girl bossing still. And it's like, I mean, your eggs are drying up, Alana. That's okay. I am eternal. And the great wise words of Shondo, I am a 2D woman. I will never have eggs dry up. All the 3D hags are drying up and they're freaking out. This means I can yap forever, chat, don't worry. Moral of the story is to be content with being alone, but pursue happiness is the only play really is better for your mental health. Oh yeah, for sure. I think there's a big factor to people just being insanely unhappy, being chronically online and being upset. And when you do end up talking to women, that mindset will prevent you from being desperate and or disappointed if it doesn't work out. Chat, keep in mind, my brother didn't find his wife to be until like 35? 34 or 33. I can't remember. It's been too long. Maybe he started dating her when he was 33? Yeah, like, it was pretty late. Like, you know, you never know. That actually makes me feel better. No, yeah, for real. And again, my brother's not, like, he's not a loser. He had a nice job. Like, he's not ugly. He's fit. He's on the shorter side, being 5'8", but, you know, there's still hope. 5'8", there's still hope for dwarf bros. I'm just telling you, chat, there's still hope for you, okay? It's hopeful. Oh, look, there's a graph for women. Most single women believe they are happier than married women. Percentage of single Americans who agree that single women are happier than married women. Agree, disagree. The blue is disagree. Single men, 68. 55, 40. 5,800 samples. That's not massive, but that's more than 100, so... Yeah, it's a couple thousand, so it's not exactly super... Yeah, that's pretty small. I've seen worse. I've seen people that take sample sizes of a couple of hundred. This is a couple of thousand. So I wouldn't say that's like really small. It's on the small side, but I digress. What's the age range? It doesn't say. No, it doesn't say. Single women. No, it doesn't say. I'd have to look into it. Can't see. Unless I'm missing something. Yeah, chat, it's the hag maxing is very real. So wait, does this mean if I get married, I'm harming my wife? Yes, you are oppressing your wife, chat. The other graph is women? Yes, this is the other graph. This isn't the same stat, chat. This isn't the same. Look, 18 to 55 women. They are two different studies, and it doesn't even say the sample size. Women's happiness by marital status and children, 18 to 55. No children, very happy. Married. Children, very happy. It's still pretty high. It's almost like it's identical, chat. Wow, really? Who would have thought? Who would have thought that it's very similar to men and women? What? I would like to see the sample size, but it's funny they're almost identical. Yeah, I don't know. I tried to research it. I couldn't find like a number on it. It's probably like a couple hundred people, which is not great. However, it's a good little insight. We can laugh about it and talk about it. What a shocker. It makes sense though, right, chat? Where is it? It makes sense though, right, chat? Women don't want to settle down. They've been trained to girl boss culturally now in the West. Yeah, then they hit 30, the hormones kick in, they want a kid, their ovaries start hurting, their eggs start popping out, they're hitting that wall. Meaning men, on average, probably don't meet their wives until their late 30s. But if they survived men finding their life partners in the last 10 years, you see a high proportion of the bell curve in the late 30s. But we don't have like a bell curve, so I can't say. But I would imagine it to be so. Surveyed. I don't know why I said survived. Surveyed. Little Freudian slip. Survived! Single mothers take the L. But this is the same for men too. Like, watch. Single men with kids, very unhappy as well. Not as unhappy as both, but see? Single dads with children, very unhappy. Super duper unhappy, actually. Time for me to find a partner. Let the partner come to you, chato. Women want older men in almost all scenarios, so if they don't want kids to settle down until 30, then men wouldn't find women willing to settle down. Makes sense. It does. Raising a child alone would be a nightmare. For anyone, chat. For anyone. By yourself. Less protection. Less emotional availability because you're working twice as hard. If you have multiple kids, like, wow. Yeah. Kids are so expensive. How are you supposed to even have kids in this economy? It's like we weren't meant to raise children alone. No, well, we're not even evolutionary coded like that. Like, you know how there's the... It's not the evolutionary theory. It's like an actual factor of having so many kids. If you have a lot of kids or a lot of offspring as an animal, it usually means a lot of those kids die because you can't take care of all of them, like spiders, for example. Or, like frogs. The ones that, like, spawn a lot of, like, quote-unquote kids. Whereas elephants, for example, and humans, they take care of one child until they're, like, you know, at a certain age. They can't... They can't keep up with it. The spamming straight. Yeah, some animals do spamming, and humans are not spammers. We are commitment.
Fire, fire, fire,